Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to BlackOut Gaming TV. We continue with our third night of TF2 action for you with another match from the Highlander Nations Cup. Tonight we have the first game of this group between Germany and Lithuania. I'm CeeJaey, my co-caster tonight is Nijoonen, and on the camera and production is John. How you doing, Nijoonen?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm very good. Congratulations on your win the other night, which I casted.
Thank you. I've watched VOD, and analyzed the trash talk.
Analyze what people are saying about you. So, coming into this game, what's your first thought on this game? Looking between these two teams.
It's a kind of tricky game. Like nations-wise, how they performed in earlier Nations Cup, Germany should have this kind of in the bag. And looking player against player, also kind of easy Germany. I'd say they edged every class basically, except arguably medic. But I still have some kind of belief in Lithuania. I think it's gonna be a tight one, but it's gonna end 2-1 to Germany, considering their pure deathmatch skills is better than Lithuania's.
Okay, yes. So Germany, this German team, obviously not all of the same players. I don't know how many of these players are still around from 2012, but Germany actually won the first Nations Cup 3 years ago. And then they came to the final again, I think. No, they've reached the quarterfinals in the past two seasons, but they have got a strong roster. But I do think this will be a close game. Looking at this group, the other team in this group is one of the teams that I'm playing on, Spain. And unfortunately, the United Arab Emirates, who was the fourth team, have folded or withdrawn from the competition. So this group is only a 3-team group. So only 2 games played in this group. So both of these teams will then go on to play Spain in their final game. So this match, there's a lot riding on it. I mean, you need to pick up points as only 2 teams go through. Can look at the rosters a little bit. We are missing one player from the German team. On Germany, we'll go through Lithuania first, shall we? Seeing as they've got everybody, they have got Evoke, who I believe will be playing a spy, maybe.
Spy
Zilis. Zilis, you think is going to be playing Scout? You said.
Yeah, definitely the man to watch out on this game.
Interesting. We got Sprayer on Medic, obviously having won Prem with Chess Club back in Season 7 and played in the Grand Final with Highlander this season, so another experienced player. E-Sky on the Sniper, Burble on NG, Justice on Heavy, Chappie on Demo, Maxa on Pyro, and Jonas Guitarra on Soldier. I'm not sure if the different names or not, but some of those names standing out. Justice having played in High last season, a very good player. E-Sky has been around for a long time, since the start of ETF2L Highlander, I think, and also a very good sniper. But some names like Hui missing as well. Just looking onto the German team, they are saying they're ready, should be going live soon. We have Solid on Spy, Flo on Sniper, Homer J on Medic, Asaaj on NG, Quintosh on Heavy, Shadow on Demo. I don't know whether that's Blob or not. I think that's what you changed the name to. It isn't? Oh, okay.
I think it isn't, at least.
We'll have to double check that. Mars is on Pyro, Feeling is on Soldier, and Cello is on Scout. So again, some names obviously propping out there. Solid was probably up there with Inso as one of the best spies in TF2 a few seasons ago when he played for Highlander and won. A former teammate of yours.
Indeed. And worth noticing from the German team is that the only player remaining on this actual roster that won Nations Cup back in 2012 is Homer J, who played Medic back then. Another thing, but it was scrims that Germany played, they've swapped around a lot of players. Initially, I think quintosh was supposed to play Scout, then played Soldier, then played Engineer, and now it seems to be on Heavy for tonight. So they've swapped around quite a lot, but obviously all of these players are very good at their class, so it shouldn't be a problem. If it was Lithuania who swapped around different classes, I'd say that's more of a problem. These are all solid players in Germany who probably can play more than 2-3 classes at this level comfortably.
Yeah, I mean, just to confirm, that is Blub on Demo. He has been having internet issues, I've heard from my inside sources. So he hasn't actually been scrimming with Germany recently. But he is here tonight playing the official. And yeah, like you said, a lot of these players can play multiple classes. Quintosh is one of those players who's played lots of different classes in Prem. One engineer of the season was actually going to be playing engineer at point. So I'm not sure who the main heavy is supposed to be. I do think it is supposed to be Bash. I did see a scrim where they played with Shocky on Scout and Bash on Heavy. So whether those guys aren't available, and that's why Quintosh is playing Heavy, bringing in Asaaj onto the Engineer, a very competent player as well on that class. And players like... Go on.
The easy thing with to mix up in German roster is that they have one guy who on the 2L is called like CCK Words or something like that, strange, whose supposedly real nick is Bash, but without the A, so it's BSH. And then you have obviously the scout superstar from Epsilon, Bash, who's also on the roster and who's played some heavy for them and some scout for them. So it's two players uses like different aliases who are playing kind of the same class. So, but none of them playing tonight, so that should at least make it easier for us to not mix them up.
Yeah, I mean they do have a lot of strength and depth. Obviously, they had the C-Play Premiership Sixes team, which was exclusively German, which had players like Blub and Feeling on. Feeling playing Soldier, which is pretty much his main class. A very, very scary soldier to play against. But let's talk about Lithuania a little bit, I suppose. Already mentioned the likes of eSky, who's a good sniper who's been around for a long time, and Sprayer. You know, he's the captain of the team. Obviously got a lot of experience playing Highlander. Do you think he's going to be kind of the main caller, the calming voice for the team to trying to get them going?
I think it's going to be the opposite of calm, solid voice. I think it's going to be main calling and like really probably being kind of loud and noisy to keep his players intact and getting the team to do what they're supposed to do, which I think is the strength of this team. I think if they happen to get like a medic pick on first, I think they can roll kind of fast and get a good time. And like the chance they have to win this is by either getting a really good roll, like a 4, 5, 6 minute time, or by getting a like unbreakable last defense, which causes Germany to get maybe a little tilt and let the time run out. They're gonna need something of that. They're gonna need a pick that you can roll on, or you're getting a really stable defense at one point. They're not gonna benefit from this kind of slow, like average time game. Then Germany's just gonna crush them by experience and winning deathmatch fights on flank, for example.
Yeah, definitely.
But
the longer kind of it goes on, you get this sort of war of attrition going on, where the odd frag, the odd melee battle or flank battle goes on, and then it just kind of extends the time a long time. But I agree, it's sort of a medic drop, an NG pick, something like that. That's just going to open it up, and if they can get that cart rolling and get a decent time, it's really going to put pressure on Germany because this is a very good team. But like you said, a lot of players coming in, players not being able to play scrims and such like that. So it could be it could take the first round for these teams to warm up, and if that first round goes to one team, it's definitely going to put pressure on the other.
Indeed, that's also a possible way for Lithuania to turn this underdog position into use. Getting the first round, getting Germany on the edge, getting a little bit nervous and shaky, and then perhaps getting what I just mentioned, this kind of roll by pick scenario on the second round. It could be a fast 2-0 as well. So yeah, I wouldn't take this for granted, and I feel bad for whoever just said in the chat that they bet all his hats on Germany.
I've got a couple of keys on Germany as well. Last minute bet, 5 minutes before the cutoff time. So I've got a lot of friends on Germany. I think they're going to take it, but I do agree. I think it's going to be a close game. I agree with your estimation of 2-1. As the captain of Sweden, you played your first game the other night. You won on this map 2-0 against the Netherlands. And of course, you guys won last season. You've had a few changes to your roster. You beat England in the final. Talking like as a captain, as someone who's going to be obviously scoping out the other teams, do you see Germany or Lithuania as a team that could trouble you in the later stages if you meet in the knockout rounds?
Not really, to be honest. This is the kind of thing that would get back on me. But like if Germany get a proper roster together, since the player have been a little shaky of who's playing what and things like that, they could have a really good team. For example, playing a 5 CP against like Shock on Scout and Feeling on Soldier could be just havoc. But not really. I think Lithuania is going to make it out of the groups, or Spain. But I think Germany should be knocked out in the quarters or 16th. So not really.
Okay. And looking at kind of the rest of the tournament, you played England in the final last season, and they're looking quite strong again. They are actually playing over on BlackOut Gaming TV2, so if you fancy watching their match against Belgium. But obviously you prefer to stay with us and see this much closer, tense affair. Any other countries that are propping up, looking at their rosters, do you think are going to do well in this Asian Cup? Aside from yourselves, I'm sure you are expected to do well. Does anyone you think is going to be a team to kind of avoid, or a team that you're going to have to make, extra preparations for?
I think USA is really keen, and they have some proper no-livers in their team who is like really committed to this. With Resnick and Nurse, who played for Premtech last season in ETF2L. That roster is going to be dangerous, and they are like screaming. Like last year, USA just screamed like Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, basically. Now they seem to be screaming weekdays as well, which is kind of saying that they have lots of time and enthusiasm on the team. And obviously lots of raw skill. And a combo who's playing on the same team, kids from next door. So I think USA is a big contender to win this. From more underground nations, I'd say Ukraine have like a couple of really, really strong carries. And I think they have a captain called Klefsas or something. It also seems like really keen and excited about it. So if they manage to keep Abra, Kenzie, Def, and Nesh all in good moods and keen, that's a team who could beat more or less any team on the right day.
Yeah, and I just want to point out as well, they are in a group with Russia, which is another team that I think is going to be one to look out for. Obviously, we had two Russian teams in Prem this season with Wasp and Unpoppable. They didn't do amazingly well, but they had respectable results. Wasp actually picked up 2 points to your team. I think it was on Barn Blitz or something. Bringing up old wounds, then, Nijoonen. But yeah, I mean, they didn't do too badly. And there's a lot of quality players. I mean, on the Russian team, for example, people like Morg and Shadowburn and Forsaken. I mean, if they could really get, like you said about Ukraine, a lot of these countries, it depends if they can get their big stars playing in these games, and if they can make the games and make the practice, then a lot of teams could be contenders. Last season we had Poland was a team I think that kind of shot up, and a lot of people thought would do well, and we also had Norway, who reached the semi-finals in the end. But we are going live now, and to start off with, we are going to see Lithuania setting a time. They are on the blue team. They'll be trying to cap the points as quickly as possible, with Germany defending, and then we'll swap around with Germany trying to defeat the time that Lithuania have set. As an NG main, you are an NG main, Nijoonen. You played NG for Highlander. Aha, yes. How much of the change with the gunmetal up? We had a lot of changes to things like the Wrangler and the Rescue Ranger and things like that. Do you see are there any changes that you would expect coming out of this on payload today?
It's gonna be faster times in general on payload maps. It's way harder to keep a gun up, and with the recent buff as well on most miniguns, the damage they do on sentries, it's even harder because it's kind of easy for heavy to, considering the big HP you get with a buff as well, to just spam a sentry to get with them or soldier. So faster times, and probably NGs running more mini sentries eventually. Perhaps not tonight, but further into the cup.
Okay, so we just see kind of this early stage probing and prodding coming from Lithuania, trying to get some picks. Big jump in from the demo man. He's right up in the air. Rains some stickies down. It's a lot of damage. He finally gets taken down by the sentry there from Asaaj. And like I said, we're just seeing people trying to get some picks. Flo getting the first headshot there, taking down the soldier. And the sentry, oh no, that was the other sentry. Sorry, getting my colours mixed up there. Solid getting picked off there. Another player who's going to have to adapt to the Deadringer change since the last time he played Spy, I expect. Another big jump in from the Demo Man, but again, deals no damage to the Sentry or the Medic, which is really what you want to aim for.
And Ace just won the sniper battle as well, so this is giving Lithuania some free ground to get some damage in as well without being word of the sniper.
Yeah, the sentry has gone down there to the direct hit, and Mars has gone down the pyro. He's not going to be up for another 10 seconds. So no pyro and no sentry. That's going to allow a lot of space. And the Uber comes out from Germany, and the Uber comes out from Lithuania slightly later. They're going to have an advantage. The pyro is pushing Blub around. He's going to get destroyed there, surely. Does so. And no sentry, and Germany look like they want to hightail it out of it and get away. Asaaj did go down another 10 seconds before he and Blub are up. So no NG and no demo on second if Lithuania get a move on.
Lithuania this is kinda shake from Lithuania, having ×6 on Carton there, but chasing. They could have taken this ground and probably denied the second hold from Germany as well if they would have had a little more confidence and speed. Now you see Germany has a really good hold in the window room, which can be really good against like not so coordinated team.
Yeah, the window room where we got Sprayer here, Homer J in the window, just healing his team kind of on the edge and healing his heavy in the house. If you hold this window room, it's really, really important. It allows you to keep some sort of semblance of high ground on the second point. He has dropped down, getting heals onto Blub now. He's looking into the tunnel, trying to slow that cart down a little bit. Lithuania are playing this extremely slowly. They got both teams have got Uber. Blub goes down. That is a big headshot from E-Sky. No demo now, and this looks like Lithuania is going to start to make a move now. Start walking into this house, and they're going to push along the floor with the demo and the pyro, and focusing that sentry. The Wrangler has been nerfed, and even the pyro manages to walk in and take it down. Counter Uber comes out in the Nijoonen. This is looking in the advantage for Lithuania right now.
Sprayer does go down to quintosh though, by arguably I misread from Sprayer. Thought could get away by running back on the hill when he could have gone into the tunnel and survived. Questionable. But
yeah, I mean quintosh I think was left alone there. He was left alone in the house.
Yeah, exactly, and he peaked, basically traded for Sprayer. But it's all good. Lithuania got time, but this is still like a stalemate. This Uber disadvantage they got now doesn't really matter, and then it's gonna be Uber fight anyway.
A lot of spam coming down on the cart from Blub here. He's quite far forward. But the cart edging its way. 2 minutes 44 to capture the first 2 points, which isn't a bad time at all. Backstab coming in from Solid. Takes down the soldier. That's Jonas taken down there. And he does get taken down in return. But equal-ish Ubers. Homer down 80% and Sprayer just 10% behind. So that death from him wasn't too dangerous. And Homer just go down to a quite low. Blub goes down and flows down. And a lot of picks coming in from Lithuania onto the Germans. They haven't really got much of a hold here. Lithuania just from free ground. I mean, would you allow... I mean, the sentry's going to go down here, surely. Yeah, there's no protection at all there for the engineer and his sentry, and the Uber's used very early. Yeah, Homer goes down to the lock and load. I don't know if anyone told Chappie that the lock and load was nerfed, but he is still using it. And there's 3 players down, and they are key players. No pyro and no medic for Germany as they're trying to push into this last point.
This is also, once again, about momentum. Lithuania could have gambled this and taken top. But we're playing the kind of safe way and letting the card getting capped before they start to take round and getting heals, buffs up and so on. But if they were going for a really fast time, they could have taken top already and making the last push way easier. Solid going on the cart though, this can delay a bit.
Yeah, like you said, they haven't pushed aggressively, and that does mean now Homer J's in a position, well, he's not in a great position, but he's upstairs, he's healing his NG. The engineer's got a sentry up there, Asaaj has got his up to level 1 already, and the soldier feeling is holding this upper area where ideally you want your combo, but he's just doing a good job of slowing down the demo, doesn't really want to push into those rockets. And yeah.
Made it. This is
50% advantage now. Homer J is building, but Sprayer needs to do something with his team here. Needs to use his team. He gets down to quite low health, gets spammed out, and get a couple of kills. quintosh and Feeling going down. Time on the cart. NG goes, loses his sentry to the direct hit, and Homer J is losing players for him to heal. He's at 80%, and he can use that over to block this cart if he's got players alive. That is.
Health is low on Lithuania overall, though. This would be a hero play from Blub if he can drop this. Really good play from Max from 9 That was really good play from Max. They're basically suiciding to keep German players inside spawn. Because with the health Lithuania had, and Blub being up, with Homer J having a full buff, basically 2-3 sticks on that card and could have been more or less cleaned up. And German would have spawns coming in and you would have back just kind of stalemate. But instead, Maxer kinda granted that round for Lithuania with a really good time of 5 minutes. This is kind of what we were talking about earlier before the cast started as well. This is the way Lithuania can do it. Making this happen now, first round, 5 minutes, should really be Lithuania's, unless Germany pull off that really great round. Having Germany on a little bit of a tilt, too serious and too far away.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 5 minutes 14 is a very fast time. Like, it's not super fast, but it's faster than any of the times I've seen so far. Especially, you know, Sweden versus Netherlands, we saw 6 minute and 1 second time, something like that, around 6 minutes, and we called that a fairly decent time. So 5 minutes 14 has definitely put the pressure on Germany. The ball is definitely in their court now, and they need to pull out something huge here on the attack. Setup is done. Level 3 is set up here from the engineer bubble, and now Germany are going to have to try and beat this time. And yeah, they're on the back foot.
Indeed they are, and there are some angry Germans in the Mumble channel right now. I can promise you that.
Well, yeah, morale's probably not going to be good, having just been beaten back very quickly. But the Uber medic is already out. Uber is used really early, straight onto Blub. He's spamming that sentry, doesn't get anything down though. Stickies are on the sentry. Somebody needs to remove those. Mars goes down, Feeling and Quintosh all go down. Blub goes down as well, and that was 4 players down for Germany, with not really much in return. A couple of picks on the Lithuanian side, but they have kept their medic and they have kept their sentry and engineer up, which is huge on this first point. It's just draining the time. Solid trying to make a play here. Spy is in at the tunnel.
Looked like a really good trade in the beginning of Germany. They had Blub single, they probably didn't need to share the Uber with anyone else. But then suddenly Evoke hit his headshot, Iska hit his headshot, Blub got caught out, just got out alive. So it like really turned out great for Lithuania anyway.
Oh, this is starting to look dangerous. Demo goes down, Chappie goes down, and Sprayer just gets gunned down there by Solid. It just seems like the domino effect. The NG went down, and then everyone started to collapse, and then the Germans are doing exactly what you said in the unit that the Lithuanians should have done in the first half there, and they've got really aggressive. I think Max is going to Chappie's just going to get caught here. He's really far, gets backstabbed there by Solid, he's going to get gunned down anyway, and the Germans pretty much already have control of this second point, as the car's got ×3 on it. That's the maximum that it can move, and Quintosh just trying to hold this area. Zilis getting headshot, and Lithuania are just going to have to set up on third and hold for the remaining 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Losing the demo there is fatal for Lithuania. With the demo they could have held on the house area and sort of delayed the area between second and third. Now they're kinda giving Germany a shot to getting a third without a big, facing big problem either. Because they get the ground, they get buffs without being having to fight for the area which you can capture.
The Uber gets used very early, but great play there by the Pyro. Maxa just pushes back the combo, doesn't do any damage, doesn't get any kills, but manages to push it back, and the engineer did really well. Bubble using the rescue range to great effect and just pulling it back to a safer spot, keeps it alive. Level 2, he's moving it forward now, but Germany are keeping the pressure on, and the end Spy comes in, backstab, misses the backstab, but takes down the sentry, and Germany are just rolling this now. Utter destruction. The Uber is used by Lithuania. Sprayer using it on the scout, but he's got no one to kill. He tries to get Blub. That's a good pick. That's the best he could have done in that situation. Does trade for Cello, but taking down Blub's going to slow down Germany a little bit longer. But 50% Uber advantage Nijoonen. That's giving them at least 1 or 2 chances, 3 chances at pushing last.
In this scenario, I would scream in evilness to flank to fight the flank on the cart and just delay the cart. Get the spy to get a scout or something like that. You just want to delay the card now. Let the combo run into you, do whatever the fuck they want, do whatever they want to do on last, and then just simply deny the card.
Yeah, but no one seems to be doing it. Time's 4 on the cart. One of those was Flo. Gets a headshot onto Massa, so no Pyro holding up top. And the combo is here, but the heavy gets taken down really early there. Justice is getting pressured, he faces you, but he's going to get taken down. Spray is going to try and get out. Chappie is caught between a rock and a hard place. Pipe Solid, but gets taken down. And Burble has lost his sentry. It was a level 3, but that has gone down now as well. Sprayer is dead, but a lot of players dead on the German side, and their health isn't great. Homer is really weak. And the scout tries to walk in there, but it's stopped Germany somehow. They've taken a lot of damage, and Homer really doesn't want to move forward until he's got some of his health back, and Blub is not up for 5 seconds, so somehow they survived that, and there's 1 minute 10 to go left on the clock.
Sentry getting up for Lithuania, Max are on top. Max has been a man of the match so far. He's really saved Lithuania a couple of times now. Quick fix out from Sprayer, getting in the top area. Sprayer getting bottled by Flow. Still though, I'm calling Lithuania on this. As long as Chappy, the demo, can keep and stay alive and healthy on top, it should be fine.
85% on home and 90% now. Sprayer has just spawned. Flow down for Germany, but he's the only player. But Feeling and Mars go down as well. And so does Asaaj. There are picks coming on the flank here. Jonas Guitarra going huge on the soldier. Probably butchered that name, but Homer's got 90% and he goes down to a body shot from E-Sky. That's not a drop. He was at 98%, but he does go down. 23 seconds left on the clock here for Germany, and surely they've thrown this away. Somehow, from 100% Uber advantage, they've not even managed to make a push. So many players going down here, and somehow Lithuania, after all of that, backstabs coming in from the cart. Evoke getting a double kill, stopping that cart from even moving. 5 seconds left on the cart, Nijoonen. That's all over. Lithuania have taken this first round.
Yeah, really good saves. Maxer with some crucial air blast on the offense, on the defense. And also worth mentioning, the soldier didn't shine too bright from Lithuania on last point, really stepped up. Held the underground area kinda good, were like all over the flank, got Feeling a couple of times, really annoyed Flow. And the Lithuanian engineer, Burble, should also have a plus in the book for keeping the gun up and getting the gun up fast. Which kind of denied Germany from like stack the cart and just rush it and push it forward. You see, the cart isn't even not even close to being able to get like suicide, getting like heavy on the cart, just pushing the edge. So really good player from Lithuania.
Yeah, somehow there. Surely I thought, at the third point when Lithuania had to fall back, and they used an Uber on a scout, it killed Blub, and I think that was the only thing on the Uber that actually got anything done. But somehow, over 2 minutes, they managed to hold that last point. And a bit of a mistake there, I think, from Homer walking onto the cart and then getting body shot. He had nobody with him, as the flank lost a lot of players. I'm going to try and bring up the logs. I think we have got the logs on the screen. Top fragger there was the man that you picked out at the start of the game, Nijoonen. And that was Zealous with 15 frags. Doing very, very well indeed. Followed up by Chappy, who I thought maybe a little bit of inexperience with not pushing forward with on the attack. Not taking the ground, and on the defense getting caught out a couple of times by being a bit too far forward and getting picks. Pretty much allowed the second point to be taken for free and made it a bit of trouble, but he did well with 11 kills. So yeah, Zealous is doing a lot of work on that scout on the flank, which is really helping his team. So now we're going to be seeing Germany attack first. We're going to see them set a time on the blue side, with Lithuania in the red defending. And then we'll swap around and we'll have Lithuania trying to beat Germany's time. How do you see? Do you think there's going to be any changes from Germany? Do you think they're going to have a different approach?
I wouldn't be surprised to see some crit guns coming out from Homer J rather soon on Blob. I think they want and need that for the momentum, getting Blob to like reach havoc with a crit and then getting Lithuania a bit scared, falling back and allowing Germany to roll. That's what they need. If they're gonna continue in Uber, I don't think Germany's gonna have this.
Homer J has already come out already, and they've lost Quintosh and Mars and Feeling. They've lost 3 players, but Blub seems to want to use the Uber. The Uber has been already used very, very early on, and Justice is just ignored there by Blub. Doesn't even care about the big heavy right next to him, but the Uber was forced, so maybe that's all that they wanted. And Germany keeping on the pressure now. Big jump in by Feeling, gaining good damage on the demo. And Zealous goes down, so that's probably a big pick from Flow, seeing as much work Zealous was doing. Huge jump in here from the soldier, gets destroyed, but does take down Homer J, and he's not going to be up for 10 seconds now. But Germany, I think, are going to take this first point, despite all of that,
Lithuania invited them right back into the game now by leaving that first early, showing that they want to park the bus, so to speak. They just want to get a somewhat solid time. I think they just can punish them. I'm calling a less than 6-minute time from German now, which won't be enough.
Yeah, I mean they're getting a somewhat aggressive. I've never really seen this sentry hold before. It's being used on the platform next to the house. But yeah, this is kind of like a semi-aggressive hold from Lithuania, but very, very odd positioning. Not something I've ever seen or played myself. The sentry is pulled back there by Burble. Going to put it back into the regular place. But the heavy hit Justice, he's very, very far forward. Going to get taken out there by Blub. Bit too far forward, I think. The Uber is in the hands of Sprayer, but he probably doesn't want to use it. Homer went down very, very low. Flo goes down to a backstab. And I think Germany are just waiting and healing up a little bit before they decide to push, which is probably a smart move, I think.
You could argue that Justice did the right thing there by delaying Germany enough not to be able to get a center for it was probably built up again. However, big change coming in here, which is probably going to favor Germany in the end. Or did I just jinx that?
Oh, you almost jinxed it, but Jonas there getting the final rocket onto Homer J, taking him down, sacrifices his life for it, but I don't think he'll mind. So Homer J not doing very well surviving. That's 3 deaths so far on the attack already, but Chappie gets domed there, 20 seconds until he is up. Big headshot there from Flo, and Lithuania missing a few players here, and they've got bad positioning. Big air blast there from Max, are doing really, really well again.
Sprayer with the really clutch serves for 5 HP. That was some Prem medic shenanigans right there from Sprayer, showing away is truly one of the greatest Highlander medics currently in the game.
Yeah, and his team isn't doing too badly. They're on third. It's level 3 being pulled back now by Burble. We're going to put it back in a much more passive position, and we're going to see pretty much equal Ubers, 10% advantage, in the hands of Sprayer, but nothing really much to write home about. And we're going to see, I don't know, Germany just taking it slow. You know, they're just taking each push as it comes, and they're achieving a lot. Lithuania aren't getting too aggressive, and that's kind of opening it up for them.
Lithuania should block the cart. Well, didn't. Getting up the hill there makes it easier for Germany to push, then they can fail this push, get another one, and still guarantee the third by pushing the cart during the Ubers. But still looking like a half hold from Lithuania here as well. Maxer once again doing a great job of denying Blub. This is just the worthless for Germany, except the trade, of course.
Yeah, I mean, great work there by the Pyro once again. Really been standing out for Lithuania. But picks coming down on the side of Lithuania. They are losing. Its Justice is very weak as well. That's the heavy, and they just have no presence. They have the players. They have no presence in the area, and that's allowing weak players like quintosh just to stand forward and not really be challenged at all. But Justice is back in the position now. You're getting damage on to Homer, down to 70 HP, manages to escape that somehow, and Lithuania is somehow holding on to this point. I'm sure if Germany just got a little bit more aggressive, they'd be able to take it. quintosh is now in this little side elbow area, and he's going to come face to face with Justice. Homer J needs to be careful, he could get caught out here. Oh wow, yeah, lots of kills going down.
Sprayer, 87% is getting top with the chef in the demo. Uber top demo could work out in the end, and the amazing scout of Silas still being alive. Still could get proper hold up here. Assuming Germany wants to deny the engineer from building at all, just keep getting that level 1 or level 1 down. They could do it. If we get level 3 and Uber, Lithuania would hold this for another push at least.
Yeah, but they're coming. Oh, Blub goes down to a sticky trap, and the Uber is used onto Mars as he's got no one else to heal. He's just going to push that Lithuanian combo into the corner there. Chappie and Sprayer are caught. There is nothing that they can do. The soldier comes in to help, but Mars has done great there, just totally to deny that Uber from Lithuania. And I think maybe in this position, now that they've got the backs to their walls, they can't actually pull out anymore. Maybe they'll get a bit more time. Like, they seem to be a bit more worried. I mean, Sprayer hasn't died yet, and he just keeps kind of backing off with his team. Maybe if there is no way to back off, they'll be able to hold this for a little bit longer. And, you know, 4 minutes 37 is still a good time. If Germany pick this up in the next minute or so, we're going to see a similar time to what we saw in the previous round.
The thing is now that the thing I mentioned just before the last push is everything is saying Lithuania now. Level 3 up, combo up in good positions. Like, it would take really good Uber exchange from Germany to get this. quintosh being dropped, Homer J dropping the Tomislav. Ladies and gentlemen, dear. I'm calling to Lithuania.
Medic down, medic dropped to Tomislav. Blub is in a good position here, but Yes, famous quote there. But Mars is just walking in here, and lots of players dying from Lithuania. I think you called it too soon. And Sprayer is, Homer there, getting Uber source somehow, and getting Uber, but then gets forced by the spy. And I think Germany are just going to walk this car in now. Wow.
No comment about that.
It seems that even if your medic does drop to Tomislav, as long as the rest of your team can just kill the other team, then you're okay. And somehow the rest of the Germans there doing some great work on the flank in order to just wipe out Lithuania and take that. So System is 43, slightly slower, but yeah.
Oh,
hang on.
the shadow.
Controversy.
Picking up
I'm not sure of the rules. I was wondering how I said. Yeah, I was assuming Homer J must have got Uber source because there was no way he would have got his Uber that quickly unless he got Uber source. But apparently he picked up a medigun. So apparently he picked up his old medigun that he used to drop and had his Uber, which helped them push the car, in the final seconds. I don't think the Uber made too much of a difference. It meant that he survived as opposed to dying to the spy. I think Germany would have won it anyway.
It matters.
Yeah. But I've been told that it is allowed. So, yeah. So I mean, good play there by Homer J, picking up his old minigun and using that Uber. I did not know that it was allowed.
Me neither.
So now we're seeing we're seeing Lithuania now trying to beat that time. So we've got about 6 minutes 30 left on the clock in order for them to win this 2-0. Chappie with the big jump early on didn't get anything done. Nothing else really happening from the rest of their teammates here. And we're seeing a big difference in the Union. We're seeing Lithuania medic Sprayer. He's just staying inside the spawn. He's waiting his team to do big jumps. We're seeing a huge jump by Chappie. It's landed right on top of the medic. Oh! Doesn't get anything done, but I'm sure Homer J shit his pants there. Massive surf around there by Chappie, the demo. But like I was saying, we're seeing Sprayer stay inside until his team's doing the suicide round and just trying to get picks. Whereas Germany are very much balls to the wall, out straight away with Homer J trying to use the Uber as soon as possible. And so far, Lithuania haven't got any picks. This strategy isn't really working. Sprayer has actually come out now. He's linked up with Chappie.
Quintosh, there was a big pick right before he Uber getting the heavy down is really important. That 450 damage you don't have to deal with.
Yeah, and Homer J gets shot down by the NG with the medic pick there, and with the sentry down, Asaaj did survive. Good play from him to survive, but Chappie there with the lock and load takes down Flow and Solid, both of the assassin classes down. And we're going to see a level 1 already by Asaaj. He's managed to get back onto second of that sentry. But Quintosh has to get out. He can't keep in that window. He's so low health. He didn't have his medic with him. And there is aggression here from Chappie now, which is what we didn't see earlier in Lithuania. And big play by Mars. Comes in from behind, takes down Chappie, sets fire to everyone. So that's a good pick from the demo. That's going to slow Lithuania down a bit.
Indeed. Right here, this should call for a suicide round. Oh, okay, down to 90% Uber on Lithuania.
Yeah, Evoke there getting a backstab onto Homer J. Yeah, big backstab, and 9 seconds till he's up. 100% Uber in the hands of Sprayer. Surely they should put now and just take this. Germany aren't even there. That's a bit of a mistake, I think. They used the Uber, didn't even need to. Unless they're going to catch out the combo here, which they're not. Smart play by Germany to get out. Solid just body blocking there, stopping Lithuania pushing any further forward. Equal Ubers.
They were Uber and stopped where he sticks on the floor. That's bad. He should have used that Uber on a single person, not flashing it between the heavy and demo. Just on demo, get through, get basically German out there. Now they could have basically won the slow fight as well with just that single Uber. Now instead he flashed and didn't do anything, basically just bullied them out, slow and unfortunate. Could have done more of it, but I guess it's enough to win them the point.
Yeah, and like you were saying earlier about focusing the car, Flow there with a headshot onto Zilis. It's going to slow that car down. As you can see now, just ×1 on the car for Lithuania, whereas Germany had ×3 because it's, their scout, their NG, their sniper pushing that car. Zilis is now back to pushing that car, but the Germans have a very good hold on third. Level 3 from Asaaj in a fairly forward position, and 100% in the hands of both Homer J and Sprayer. We're going to see an Uber exchange at some point. aggression coming out of Lithuania. The Uber is used much earlier. Germany haven't even used this yet, and they could use this and get really aggressive. No, it's forced there by the scout, and is Blub going to get anything down here? Kills coming in from Germany, but other than a few picks, nothing major. Milik did survive, and Spray has about 10% advantage. Not much to work with. But 2 minutes, just under 3 minutes to go now, until Lithuania will... Oh, but Blub goes down, getting a bit too aggressive there. Combination of Zilis and Burble combining, and just gunning him down there with the shotgun. So no Blub and no Mars. This might be an opportunity for some suicides, perhaps. I mean, you've got 50% Nijoonen, and you want your team to be doing something while you're building, surely.
Yeah, or build with scout and keep with sniper and a buff and let sniper go for a pick. And try to get the card without dying is basically the way to go. However, Shep getting the heals, which is good. Going for the damage. Heavy can't really do much here. Justice should just leave the heals for Shappy here and just watch out for Spy and bombing soldiers basically. I don't really like the way Justice has played this so far. However, here comes Pyro, Uber in. Looking like a good trade. Now Justice is exactly what he should. Staying back, keep an eye on the flank. Cart is moving. This is a really good push from Lithuania.
Yeah, and they are going to get this third cap now with about 1 minute 45 left on the clock. Oh, but Solid is there. He's on. Oh, gets the backstab onto Justice. Not quite sure if Spray managed to get an Ubersaur. I don't think he did. Still equal Ubers between the two medics. But that's a pick onto the heavy. That's going to slow things down. But Germany have got a good hold. They've got a 1.5 minutes to hold in order to tie this game up. Otherwise, the game will go to Lithuania. And they are losing players on both sides. And remember, as you're attacking, you have the better spawns. So any trade that you get when you're the attacking team is going to be beneficial to your team, and it takes longer for the other team to respawn. But Germany do have their big players, Quintosh, Blub, up on the top area. Chappy just walks in. Oh, clutch play there by Homer J. Doesn't drop Quintosh, but he's going to get caught. He gets pushed down the stairs. Oh, he's surrounded by Lithuanian players. Can he escape it? No, he doesn't. Took us a rocket to the face. There are 5 players left alive for Germany. Lithuania could win this and finish this game over, and this could be all over. Blub.
Feeling on a probably good place though. Feeling on top should be able to deny this on his own. Yeah.
Great combination play there by Blub and Feeling, just in good position, but Justice is back up. He's on the car, the Pyro's on the car. Feeling comes in from behind, gets like 3 kills. Zealot is there with the meat shot. Oh wow, this is just insane. Clutch players here from Germany. They're trying their best to hold on to this game. So close to Lithuania, just closing it out there. 13 seconds left on the clock. It's looking a bit out of the hands of Lithuania right now. Less than 10 seconds. Soldiers on the car. Scouts on the car. Oh, I'm so close to the Pyro's in. Finally, Maxa tries his best, but he can't. And that is 1-1. What happened there, Nijoonen? Talk me through it. I need to get my breath back.
The Feeling being on the top of the balcony is more or less impossible to kill. Lithuania, of course, wants to get on the cart, and nobody really can focus Feeling when he's on top. Feeling can just hide, rocket on the cart, and take like 50, 60, 70, 80 damage each. And just repeat and repeat from Feeling they can't get on the car. Then they just start suiciding. Proper good suicides, to be honest. They're really close to getting there under the last seconds. But once again, the initial Uber fight that happened, the last Uber fight that happened basically, Max are once again splitting up. Homer J and Quintosh in the Uber. Basically won them the Uber fight, which was kind of messy and bad from Lithuania in the beginning. Getting both a Pyro and Demo up there at once in a Uber fight doesn't help them. Homer J should really single Quintosh, which he did, and they should win the fight on that. But since Maxer went in, split them up, they got top and won the Uber fight, which almost won them the game. After that, it's just Feeling with some great positioning, and after that, it just basically went Germany by pure luck. It was like split seconds away from being capped by the cart rush from Lithuania when Feeling was forced to drop down because they were getting so close on the cap.
Yeah, amazing play there by Feeling. to keep his team in this game. It is now 1-1 between these two nations. Just taking a quick look at the logs here. 18 kills on Cello and Flo, the scout and sniper respectively for Germany. 18 headshots coming out of Flo there. Over double of eSky, who only managed to get 8 headshots from 12 kills. But yeah, big plays there. Blub there, getting good damage, but being out damaged by Chappie in this round. So yeah, to any of you who are just joining us, this is the ETF2L Highlander Nations Cup, the 4th edition. We've had this summer, and this match is between Germany and Lithuania. Lithuania taking the first round after a very, very good push. Germany being unable to cap that time. The second round, Germany bit back. They set a decent time, and Lithuania so very close at beating the time, but just in the end, clutch plays coming out of Feeling, stopping Lithuania from capping. So now we are at 1-1. That means 2 points each. 2 points each for these two teams. And now whoever wins this is going to basically win the match and win an extra 2 points. Which is all the difference. Like I said earlier, there's only 3 teams left playing in this group, and if dropping points could come to big things. Who knows?
Indeed, and for you as a Spain player, this is probably the worst scenario that could happen. This basically grants Lithuania and Germany playoff spots unless something very strange happens, and it's basically the seed they're playing off now, since it's the winner of the group plays the second in the group next to them, and yeah, obviously the runner-up in the group plays the first. In the other group, I don't know how to put this. I just lost my vocabulary.
First plays second, and second plays first. So ideally, you want to finish top of your group. So theoretically, you're playing a weaker team because you're playing a team that finished second in their group. So you'd avoid the big teams that will be finishing top of their groups. So I mean, this could decide first and second. It could decide who gets knocked out. I mean, have some faith in my country, man. We could pull off some upsets. Who knows?
Yeah. Of course.
Of course. We are now seeing the final round. We have gone live, and the team that sets the fastest time gets to pick whether they're attacking or defending. We want to attack, says Spray, as Lithuania set the faster time. So Lithuania are attacking first, just like in the first round that they won. So obviously wanting to set a good time to put Germany under pressure. So we're going to see Lithuania attacking in the blue, setting a time on this map. Germany in the red defending, and then they will swap around. We'll see them trying to beat that time, and whoever takes it will win the most points out of this match.
And I mean, if United Arab Emirates were replaced with like a team of MVM robots, I would have way more faith in Spainers.
Absolutely, and big headshot coming out straight away from eSky, taking down Feeling, and the reflect from Mars takes down Jonas. And big jump in from Chappie again, does the surf all the way around, and once again I think he scared Homer J, but he didn't land a finger on him. Still at 150 HP. It looks like we got a pause. We are at a pause, so hopefully nothing major has happened. We've not had any 100% Uber medics disconnecting mid-Uber or anything like that. But we have seen basically a suicide wave from Lithuania so far, without much change. Looking at this, Nijoonen, who do you think is going to take this? Who's going to take the 4 points home? Are Lithuania going to do the same as they did in the first round, or have Germany warmed up? Are they going to take this?
I think this is the most about like how the mood is in the team. I think Lithuania is the team that's happy with how things are now. They almost managed to cap last and get a 2-0. They got first round, while Germany, which are the favourites in this game, are the ones under pressure. This is not the turnout of events they wanted to. And like, since this round clearly barely haven't started, just the suicide wave, which doesn't say anything basically. I'd say if the first Uber trade home first goes to Lithuania and Germany backs out, I'd say Lithuania. If it takes more than one try for Lithuania to break first, I'm calling Germany.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, definitely the pressure is on. Before game, during the game, if you are the bigger nation, the pressure is on you to perform. If you lose, then I don't know. You're going to get mocked. You're going to get laughed at. You should have won that game. But also, they need to pick up the points. Like you said about the seedings, if you don't pick up the points, you're going to give you a worse seeding. And there are big teams that you don't want to face in the next round. There are teams that are probably going to finish top of their group, and you don't really want to have to play them in the first knockout stage. And also, having won the second round, you kind of get a little bit of morale, you get that momentum going. You kind of think, yeah, finally, we've got this now. We're back into our rhythm. And maybe that's going to put Germany in good stead for this. But Lithuania are attacking, and like we've seen so many times in the past, if you can get a bit of momentum on there, get a few picks, and roll over the first few points, like you said before the game even started, Nijoonen, and like we saw in the first round, Lithuania could take it.
Indeed, I think it's all about basically how the mood is in teams, how the mindset is, and about the times. A long time and like this normal paced game where every point is like capped after like 1-2 Ubers, that's gonna benefit Germany. They're gonna benefit from playing around this like 7-8 minute timetable. These short times where like it's getting intense and want to get on rolls. That's gonna benefit Lithuania and their whole mindset. They are the ones excited about this. This game means more and it's more loaded for them than Germany. The underdog feeling should really embrace and profit for Lithuania at this point, even more so than after the first round.
Definitely. Blub is apparently restarting his PC, and that's the reason for the pause. So hopefully he's not gone down any inconvenient time for Germany. We'll see that 90 seconds after the pause has finished. Just remember, guys, this game was up on saloon.tf. If you wanted to bet on the game, you could have. You can't now. Obviously, the game's underway. That's not how betting works. But for future games, there are lots of games. I think pretty much every game in the Highlanders Nations Cup is going to be on saloon.tf. We've already had lots of games played so far. This is the third day of live games. And if you want to bet on the future games, head over to saloon.tf. Place your bets, your keys, your ref, your hats, anything you've got on who's going to win.
Always bet against CeeJaey, for example. And perhaps follow BlackOut TV on Twitch is probably a good idea as well.
Yeah, of course, follow the channel.
At Jon as well.
Yeah, if you follow BlackOut Gaming TV, this is obviously this channel, but BlackOut Gaming TV 2, where we're also going to be having games. We are a double header today. I'm not sure if the game has finished yet. I've been told that my man Cloudy, the sniper of my team, was on a 20 kill streak against Belgium. So obviously England are doing fairly well if that's happening. But England versus Belgium is on BlackOut Gaming TV 2, and hopefully we'll have plenty of double headers over the course of the Nations Cup. It's currently 1-0 England. It's on the second round at the moment. So that will probably finish around the same time as this game. And I think we'll do plenty of double casts in the future. We have plenty of casters willing to cast these amazing games. And experienced casters. People who know what they're talking about, Nijoonen. It's nice to have someone who can give me analytical advice on what's going on. I mean, it also gives you a chance to look over these teams and sort of see who you think's gonna, analysing their weaknesses. Surely you've spotted some in Germany's armour if you ever come to face them later on.
Yeah, it looks like Tomislav and Homer J is a deadly combination that will definitely put on my mind. Yeah, but other than that, this is jolly good fun, and I hope the chat is having a great time as well. Looks like it's plenty of banter going on in the chat.
Lots of banter. That's what we need.
Indeed, it is.
I mean, we could do a game of what's going to happen next, but like can't see anyone who's in an interesting position. I mean, Burble looks like he could fall down like a hole, but like I don't think he will. So that's a bit of an anticlimax.
Otherwise, Solid.
Solid's in a good position, but the only person close to him really is Justice on the cart.
I mean, he could just press a W and get a cart kill. But it's like every kill that's gonna go down now, basically, if it isn't a sniper, a medic pick, or blub, isn't really valuable. One could argue, like Lithuania, yes, got her team killed, gonna have respawners. I guess Sprayer is not really aggressive either.
Yeah,
So
like I said earlier,
it's
Sprayer
gonna be
likes to inside. He likes to stay protected until the cart's all the way pushed up, whereas Homer J just comes straight out with Blub. Doesn't matter who else dies, he's going to use that Uber straight away as he comes out the gate. We could talk about who's your favourite, your man of the match so far, your player of the match, I should say, over the first two rounds. I mean, who stood out for you on both teams? We'll talk about sort of a player for each team.
Okay, Lithuania is hard. Scout, Silas did a lot of great deathmatching, basically got lots of picks, which I kind of expected by looking at the logs of Lithuania scrims. I have no idea who this guy is. He's very few TF2 hours and not a lot of EFL experience, and has destroyed people in the scrims earlier and is like really giving Germans a hard time now. But the player who stood out that I didn't think would do great is Maxer, who at 3 occasions now have saved or made drowned for Lithuania by simply air blasting as a pyro, which says great positioning and decent game sense, basically. On German team, nobody has really stood out a lot, but I guess Blub is the one who's been making things moving for Germany. He has been taking space, dealing damage, pushing Lithuania back, and just being that constant power moving them forward. Looks like we're live again.
Yeah, we're back here now. Flo getting a body shot onto Max, play you were talking about there. So the Pyro's gone down for Lithuania, and no one really going down of any major importance. Solid has gone down, the Spy. But other than that, just kind of waiting for things. Flo reeling off a few headshots there. Feeling taking down Chappie. Flo getting another body shot. HUD is going to be screwed up for a little bit, I believe. But we are just going to see this slow pace. It's almost like a chess game. People moving their pieces around the map, just waiting, getting into position. Really, Flo, someone needs to stop Flo, needs to put pressure. Big jump in from Chappie. He's going to go right high in the air, but all he's going to do is get a sticky onto Zealous, which is nothing. And Asaaj finally takes down Flo, and then he gets a headshot onto Mars. So that's a couple of picks, and then Evoke wins the Spy battle. Nice little Ambassador headshot there. So maybe that's going to open the door for them a bit. I mean, sniper down.
The sniper trade benefits Lithuania at this point. Uber coming in from Germany? What? I guess they was forced or something? Now this is all Lithuania, now the roll needs to happen. Get these players. Chappie should really just go straight up in the air.
Uber's used onto Zealous, he's used onto the Scout. He's right into the face of Homer. Homer is so weak there, doesn't go down. But yeah, exactly what you said, they need to start rolling now.
This is, I want to see Lithuanian demo in the air there.
And it looks like this was the point where Blub lost connection, had to rejoin, and Flo there seems to be doing so much work in this game, getting another headshot, this time onto Justice. Heavy down for Lithuania. And Chappie very, very aggressive, he is peed on, needs to be careful, and a body shot from Asaaj does take down Flo, so that's opened up things a little bit more for Lithuania. No sniper to walk into onto the second point, allows them to get far more aggressive than they could before.
Indeed, Homer going up towards that 100% Uber charge, while Space just an 80. Shouldn't really matter though unless Germany decides so crazy and do rain, which they're doing. Will Sprayer get away? Sprayer at 95%, 67 HP, reach 100%. Feeling does not connect with rocket on Sprayer. Uber comes in, Uber really far back, Chappie going through the house, another arguably choice from Chappie.
Yeah, Quintosh goes down in that exchange. He was sole occupier of the above house, and the Asaaj there just decided to take his sentry away. Doesn't really want to risk it, and they're giving up this second point now. Germany building on third. trying to get a decent hold. Third is the point where you're going to get most of your time, ideally in a general upward game. Third and last is where you're really going to sort of build up the most of your time defending. So Germany needs to get a decent hold here, calm things down. 2 minutes 54 on the clock for the first 2 points is fairly fast. Flow goes down again.
It's really important. Maxter making space again with our elbows. Doesn't matter if you die here. He made some space and should have allowed CeeJaey to do damage. CeeJaey getting 2 directs on quintosh. Quinto goes down.
CeeJaey almost falls down the hole there, and the Uber got quintosh, and that was about it. And the Uber counter Uber comes in from Germany now. They introduced as well, but the air blast there from Maxer just pushes Bloodbath, slows him down. Doesn't manage to get anything done really, and somehow CeeJaey was squeezed in from Shithouse that just got some free spam down onto Germany, and there is so much space in the hands of Lithuania right now. Justice turning into the elbow now. He's going to come face to face with quintosh. Heavy on heavy battle here, and the Tomislav on the hands of Justice wins that battle.
Most important, the buff fair, but
of course. But now Asaaj again is taking his century back, building up on third in this upper position. 4 minutes 14, Ian, and this is starting to look very, very fast from Lithuania if they can keep this up.
And big advantage. CeeJaey going up the stairs, almost have the Uber from Lithuania. Good push now, and we should have a less than 5 minutes time from Lithuania. Low players though, they could get wrecked off the Uber here.
CeeJaey escaping out of the window there. He is disconnected from... Oh, and he takes a pipe! Oh dear. If only CeeJaey wasn't using the lock and load, that would have done a lot more damage. Could have been a bit more dangerous for CeeJaey. But he goes back to the spawn, and him and Blood are holding in not the best position here. Blood falls into the pit! I think that's the first pit death, and it's a huge one. It just falls off the ledge there. Burble getting good time. He's just crouching behind the cart. No one's blocking him.
Slow down to CeeJaey. If Lithuanians get uncertain now, which should happen with the solid being on direct hit, this is Lithuania. Quintosh pushing into main.
Oh, quintosh falls into the pit.
Saw that one coming. Fair.
And Maxer again, just doing great job.
And they're looking at the card. Blizzard looking at the card. Blob's looking at main. So close. So close. Silo going into big place there.
Oh, backstab from Evoke. And he takes down another takes on CeeJaey and Blob. Double backstab from him. Great play by the Spy. And oof. Germany are clinging on with their fingernails right now. The cart is right on the edge there, just a little bit longer, and it will be into the pit.
Yeah, combo of Germany almost threw that one harder than the third something. But it isn't enough. Lithuania didn't manage to get the cart over the edge. But
most importantly, they have got 100% Uber in hands of spray. He's used it very, very early. And CeeJaey is on the cart. You can't cap the cart, mate. While you're Ubered, what are you doing? He's focusing the sniper. Flow is weak, but he is going to survive. Finally gets taken down. And Lithuania just stack the cart. 6 minutes and 15 seconds, Nijoonen, Lithuania to cap in this final round. Can Germany beat that?
I'd say it's fast enough. It's around there. If it would have been 7 minutes, I'd say Germany got it in the bag. 6:15
I think
though.
Germany capped in 6:14 or something like that. It was 6 minutes something that they capped in 6 minutes 40 maybe, I'm not sure. But definitely a very, very good round from Lithuania. I mean, what was different there? What did they do that was that allowed them to get so far forward? Or was it mistakes from Germany? Like, which way was it?
Like until last, it was basically Lithuania doing highly mediocre. Really, they did more correct, like fast decisions than they did before. They weren't as scared. Like they still kept people going forward in Uber fights. They took the space, which just says that they are confident. They have somewhat good mindset. That they have the courage to do those things. And last was simply German throwing. Like, you can't put it in a nicer way, to be honest. quintosh going down the pit, Blood almost missing the cart and focusing on the wrong things. Didn't commit to top at all, even though they could have. And CeeJaey winning the sniper pools.
We're seeing the same job here coming out of CeeJaey and Blood. They're just walking out of the door, using that job again. He's just getting pushed into the air by Maxer. The same thing has happened every round. Surely they would have done something different by now. And the body shot from eSky takes down the German demo man. They are keeping up with the aggression. They're trying to get some picks, but nothing is really dying. Scout and Spy down for Lithuania, but those aren't big picks by any means. They have got the cart far forward. Yeah. It just seems that their tactic is to walk along the tracks and hope to get the early Uber exchange, then follow up. But the follow-up's not really coming from the rest of the players.
No, it's like they were playing if Chappie was doing extremely bad. Then this would have worked out for Germany, but Chappie isn't playing that bad. Chappie's doing what he's supposed to do and doesn't overextend into tires and getting picked off. So this is good. This is good. This is solid for Lithuania. It isn't something amazing. It's just solid performance.
The Spy solid. Oh, Evoke with the backstab onto Homer J takes down the German medic again, and Uber advantage in the hands of Spray. That he does use that Uber in order to clear up some of the kills. 3 players left alive for Germany. It's Flo, Homer J, well, he's just respawned. Oh, but the headshot ringing out there from Flo takes down Chappie, the demo man. And at this point, Lithuania need to get out, and they need to set up a decent hold on to second, get all of their bodies in one place. They could even afford maybe to do an aggressive hold here.
Wouldn't do that. That's too risky. I would get this. Make sure Sprayer gets this Uber. Like, they can even be chased out for second as long as they can like Uber in and block the cart on second. That's a good enough exchange right now. Chappie really good with early sticks in tunnel, forcing them to Uber early. Max denying Uber. This is brilliant, brilliant plays from Lithuania. This isn't just solid, this is really good from Maxter and Chappie.
Homer J might get caught out here. Big jump in from the soldier. And he finally goes down. Jonas, I think, getting about his 4th or 5th medic kill this game. Great play by him, catching out the Homer J in the Z. Getting good damage on Mars and Blub as well. And Lithuania are looking strong on this 3rd point.
Yes,
getting a lot of kills down onto Germany.
Yeah, good. Yeah, this is now in exchange from earlier and first point. This was really good Highlander gaming from Lithuania. Made every player did the right things. They did their duties. And like Germany didn't do any big mistake. There wasn't any big players dropped or something like that. It was just perfection by Lithuania simply. Things turned their way. If they can hold on to this room now with Sprayer getting his way up to that Uber. Here we go. This should be showtime for Lithuania as well. However, Mars denies the Uber into the house, but it doesn't really matter as long as the Lithuanian players stay alive here.
That was great play by by Mars, denying that Uber. So Lithuania didn't really get anything. They survived, but the Uber was for 70% in the hands of Homer J now. So they have taken this upper room, and will Burble get his sentry out? I don't think he will. No, he allows that to go down. Maybe a bit of mistake there by him. He should use his Ranger or something like that. But Germany have now got this 2nd point. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Can they do it, Nijoonen? They've got to catch 2 more points.
Now they can. The center should have gone down. The Lithuanian shouldn't have died. He should have just ran as soon as the heavy died, basically. However, getting the snipe helps. 3rd should
really aggressive Uber here from Germany, though. They've used it already onto 3rd. There is nobody here. I think Lithuania are just going to cut their losses and back out to last. Sprayer is healing. He's at 90%. He could get caught out here. He's at 80 HP. It was a level 1, but I think Germany might be able to take this.
Cart is far back though. They have the Uber. The Uber in. Good call from Sprayer. Now it's just time for the Lithuanian demo to shine here. Demo goes down. Just deny the cart now. Keep the cart back, and this should make it for Lithuania.
And that's Maxer doing the cleanup job on the cart. Great play by him.
Indeed, the cart was so far back, so Germany pushing into them doesn't really matter as long as Sprayer stays alive and gets that Uber into them again. Now it's going to be vice versa. Home G is going to have the Uber advantage. They're going to push in. Doesn't really matter. The cart could get capped, but they still benefited like over a minute just from that play by Sprayer of staying alive.
Uber is using all that headshot from Flo, takes down Maxa. That's no pirate to deny them, and it looks like Justice will get caught out here. He does, and the Uber saw from Homer J gives him another 25%. That's going to help with the next Uber. Sprayer is on 80%, and he's lost a lot of his players, his entire combo. And the NG goes down, feeling so aggressive. Did he come in from the drop down? I think he might have. Came in there, took down the NG and the sentry. Great play there by the German soldier. Gets another kill onto Sprayer, and then takes the equalizer or the splan out and takes on the demo. Feeling is going huge right now. He's back onto the spawn, finally goes down. But those 3 kills are so huge There's only a vote left alive for Lithuania, and after doing so well, they need to do absolutely amazingly here now in order to stop this car. 45 seconds left on the clock, and Germany have got almost their entire roster on the point.
Spray dying there. Destroys it. Lithuanian engineer to blame and feeling to praise.
Yeah, huge plays by Feeling there. Just taking down probably the biggest picks you can get in Highlander. Taking down the NG, the Sentry, the Medic, and then the Demo. Just causing havoc behind enemy lines. And Germany have taken this third round, meaning they will win this game 2 points to 1, 2 rounds to 1. They will get 4 points in the table. Lithuania with the wooden spoon will take up 2 points. So not to be sniffed at, but hey, our predictions were exactly right. 2-1 to Germany.
Indeed, and CeeJaey gets these skins. But yeah,
and
Feeling,
I get the skins,
Feeling did basically save Germany. If Spray wouldn't have gone down there, it would have been Lithuania. But yeah, Lithuanian engineer not surviving there. It's level 3, of course. Played a big part of it as well. But Max as well. Maxer should have all the credits in the world. He really kept Lithuania in that game, as well as Sprayer using some really clever Ubers and putting trust in his team that the team wouldn't mess the Ubers up. He did some of his offensive Ubers, which benefited him a lot, instead of just doing defensive trading Ubers, which you commonly see from teams that aren't supposed to win. The thing they do that are losing them games are by just using defensive Ubers and letting the other team take charge. Lithuania, that wasn't the case now with Lithuania. Lithuania were in the game all the way through.
Yeah, and I mean, Lithuania were in it. Around here, we're having people join us. We've got Quintosh, the heavy from Germany, who just played, joining us now. So I think we're going to get a few people in for interviews. I'll speak to you, Quintosh, as you're the first and only person here. You are the captain of the German team, I believe. What's your initial thoughts after that map? Is it? Are you happy? Are you disappointed, or are you just relieved?
I think I'm going to kill myself. It was horrible. We didn't plan it to turn out this bad. They had a lot of good players. Their pyro is really good. Sprayer obviously is really experienced, but their pyro really made a big difference for them. He was denying a lot of Ubers, and we were mostly really uncarded. A lot of people died, randomly out of nowhere. We called focus on card so it wouldn't get pushed all the way in. And it was just horrible. We definitely need to practice Pale way more. We're much comfortable on King of the Hill and 5CP, but Halo is just so, I don't know, man. Not feeling comfortable at all on this.
You said, you didn't. That's not how you wanted it to go around. Understandably, you knew they had good players to begin with. There's, like you said, players like Sprayer, and Pyro did obviously very well. Not a name that I've heard of before, but he's probably the standout name for them in this game. Is there stuff within the team that you need to work on, do you feel, or was it just you came up against a team perhaps you underestimated?
It's just playing more games together. All the games we've scheduled so far, Blobber's had PC issues. Our main heavy couldn't play. I normally play NG, so I really don't like playing heavy. But it's just issues getting the whole team together. This was one of the only time we got at least 8 players from the main team on. Well, not really 8. Shocky was supposed to play as well, but he broke his PC with Windows 10. So yeah, it's just playing a bit more together. There was no play style issues individually. It's just playing with the team.
So after picking up 4 points, I'm not sure where that leaves you, due to the UAE not actually being in the group anymore. This is now a 3-team group. I think that might mean you're already qualified for the next round. I'm not sure. But you do have one more game to play against Spain. and surely you'll be looking further on than that. I mean, do you feel confident, not in the next game, but do you feel confident you guys can go far in this tournament? Do you think if you iron out some issues, you can be contenders, or how like what's your aims for this cup?
Definitely top 3. I'm looking at the maps from the playoffs right now, but apparently they haven't been released yet, so it just depends what team we're put up against and what maps we're playing against that team. I think if we get a lot more games together with the whole team, then we should be confident on payload as well. But it's just so unlikely. Like, Shocky is gone for a week now, Solid is gonna be gone, I'm gonna be gone in a week for 2 weeks, and yeah, it's not really the best time to try and get all the people together.
We are now joined by SeeJaey, who's the captain of the Lithuanian team. Hello, commiserations for that, but that was a ridiculously close game. Every single round was very, very close. The cart, could have been capped so many times there. I'll ask the same question to you as I did to quintosh. How are you feeling after that game? Was that what you expected? Are you happy with the result? Are you disappointed, or are you just relieved to pick up a couple of points?
To be honest, I expected to win this game, but
from the start or like throughout the game?
I was pretty much confident about the team. We had some problems, like last week we were losing scrims to like Belgium, and
oh my god, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, but like today, like in the warm-up, we pretty much dominated them. And I guess we kind of figured out our roster that we're going to use throughout the game, although it might still change a bit.
Where's Huey, bro?
No, he is probably not going to play. But he might sub sometimes, but he's not main.
But question, Sprayer. Your scout is a really strange guy. I watched your logs from like the scrims you've been playing, and he's been wrecking people. He's been really taking piss. Bro. And he has like less than 2k hours, and haven't played TF2 for like 8 months or something. Like at least judging by his CeeJaey page. Who is the guy?
He used to be banned, and he played for the Lithuania LAN. Like he practiced a lot again. He's not like completely out of the game,
So he's one of those Lithuanian LAN circular, that kind of thing. Is there like more kind of good Lithuanian Sixes players that I didn't see this game, but you have like Arvians, Ritis, Gus.
Well, the guys from IS are pretty much dead, and even if they wanted, they probably wouldn't even want to play Highlander in the first place. I believe we asked Nuki if he wanted to play like Sniper or Scout or something, but he just declined that. And, well, to be honest, I would like to find like better maybe players for some support classes, but because, to be honest, I've heard a lot of praise for Maxer, but in the team, he gets a lot of shit. Like, people usually just get mad at him.
Yeah, because it was 3 occasions, at least this game, where he basically kept you in the game. It was one, the first round you took, he basically denied the lower spawn when Blub and Homer was alive and locked them in spawn, and like the whole Lithuanian team were like really low, so it would have been kind of likely for Blub to just deny the whole cart, but Maxer, by good positioning, basically locked it in. He split the Uber when you were pushing last as well, and like kept quintosh and Homer apart when you had to split your Uber, and it was like one other point where he basically just kept you in the round. So
to be honest, I think he did that on instincts, because he hasn't played like above the 4 or mid, and that was like maybe 1 year ago. But he has played a lot with the national team, and I can see that he's kind of improving in that. Also, we didn't have our spy today, like Tweak, so we had to use Vakia, which I guess did a pretty good job as well. Tweak.
Tweak.
Yeah, he's like the Sixes guy.
I don't know.
double E. But
But is your plan to have Evoke as soldier in future, or?
no.
It's too bad.
Rocket doesn't want to play soldier. Originally, he was meant to play scout, and he played a bit, but then we found Zillis, and at the same time, we had problems with many classes. Our Renji was absent, our Heavy is absent, so like before this cup, we had some roster issues. So Avakia was playing both sniper and heavy, and almost every class, and Eustace also rotated to engineer and soldier. But luckily, everyone was pretty much, we had our roster that we want to use in the cup today. And I guess we played pretty well, although we did have some miscommunications. And that's probably what stopped us from, like, on the second round capping last. Because, like, nobody took top, we just went on the card and died. And in the last round, we just, I don't know why, but I was calling to get back. I got out back with Craftus, but on third, everyone pretty much died. And, well, I'm not complaining. I think we did well. It just shows our potential, maybe. Or maybe just Germany doesn't practice.
But the only thing that kept Germany in the game was basically getting up behind you and getting you sprayer and
to be honest,
demo.
I was
Otherwise,
in
you would have held
a
it.
pretty bad position anyways. So even if I wouldn't die, they would already took a lot of space there. I believe
You
like...
would have had Uber, they wouldn't have the Uber. You could basically Uber on the cart and you would have won it. It was like less than a minute left.
Yeah. But I guess good job by feeling. But I kind of, well, bad. It was bad that we didn't fall back from third because, like, in my mindset, I knew they had an advantage. I had about 60. I was like, let's just go to last, 1 minute left. If we just block the card for a little bit, they won't push it, like, till the end. But I guess, like, just feeling got behind and kill me. Well, good play by him.
We choked on last as well in the first round.
Yeah.
With like 2 minutes left.
This last is hard. Like, we think we also were stuck against Belgium. We had, like, 10-minute cap time against them in our bad days.
Asaaj just getting nightmares from the directed lock and load combo.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, it's because, like, we played against Finland, and we realized that's the only way to play last, the easy way. Because it just, most of the time you can get the sentry, while your other people can just focus pushing the card. So, I used that combo, we overused that. I guess.
Did you pick up any mannequins? Still finding out?
No.
That's an interesting thing. I didn't realize it was allowed.
I
miniguns,
also didn't
yeah.
realize that, but I tried to pick it up like in the last round, but I was just spamming my mouse 4 and it didn't just pick up, and I was like, they're probably coming in on me anyways. Like, I was standing right on tracks near the shed, so I was like, I'd rather not risk it. Just go back.
Right, guys, I'm just going to have a quick word from Asaaj. How are you feeling after that, man? You happy? You pleased with the result, or are you disappointed about the drop points?
To be honest, like, this was like our first official match, and like, we only had like 3 scrims in total before that, which also had like a lot of space in between. And this was like the first time where we actually had blood playing. I am actually satisfied with the result. Could have been a bit better, could have been a bit worse, but in the end we won, and I think that's what counts.
Club has a
Right,
very specific playstyle and people are not used to it yet. It's because we've never played, like the team has never played with him before. But
He
we're
was
gonna get
pretty
used to it.
aggressive. Like, I was surprised we were getting quite a lot of picks at start. Like, you didn't play conservative, you kind of played aggressively. And one of, like, on first, when you popped into us, I don't know was it intended or not, but we usually could just counter push that with our own Uber and just take space. Is that,
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't.
planned?
It was intended because Asaaj was being a whiny little kid about getting a sentry focus down. So, and who was the sniper again?
Our sniper?
Yeah,
East guy.
yeah, he was on the roof the whole time watching us. So Lopi was like, "We need to make space here," and told Homer to use it. It didn't really.
Right, guys,
end well,
I'm gonna cut it off there.
Wow.
As I'm sorry. People want this to end. I'm sorry. We need to have a cut-off point. We can talk more afterwards. But thank you so much, guys, for giving us a great game. Thank you to Nijoonen for being McAllister and John on the camera. I'll quickly ask anyone if they've got any shout-outs. Starting from the top, Asaaj.
Shout out to Team Germany, BlackOut Gaming, and to the ETF2L admins for making this happen.
Nijoonen, are you still with us? I think Nijoonen had to go. Quintosh, you got any shout-outs, man?
Shoutouts to the German team. That's it.
Sprayer, any shout-outs?
Shout out to Mr. Epic, our Lithuanian merc, who merked a few scrims for us.
Oh yeah.
Alright, guys, well, once again, thank you. This was Germany versus Lithuania in the 4th edition of ETF2L's Highlander Nations Cup. Germany taking it on upward 2-1. Once again, thank you to all the players. Thank you all for watching. Some shout outs to Deutschland. There is still the Indiegogo campaign going on, I believe, for donations towards Deutschland. It's the first of its kind, first Highlander only LAN going to be in Germany in September. Shout outs to TF2Pickup.net. There are lots of Highlander pickups going on to practice your Highlander. Play it with the players you've been watching tonight. And shout out to my team, all of my boys. My boy Cloudy got a 20 kill streak tonight, I heard. And thank you. I need to shout out to Raptor, otherwise he will hate me, I've been told. But thank you all to everybody. Take care and have a very good evening.